We want to say shout out to our sponsors, Watchman Cigars, Operation Decisive Victory, Webmerized, and Red Hill Brewing Company. Without you, this episode would not be possible. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast, where it's our take on life, liberty, and the pursuit of gravy, while you, the listener, are invited to come up on the front porch, grab a beverage, and sit a spell. We've got a great show lined up for you as always, but before we begin, let me introduce you to our starting lineup. We do not have Magic Man running our video or our chat tonight, so this is just going to be a podcast only, but we do have producer Brian.
Hey, you guys!
Good job.
Yeah.
And I be your illustrious host, Biggin, and how about you? Want to say, producer Brian, where can our folks find us on the socials?
We are not in the underground cave.
Recovers from his joke that he's laughing at.
There were no pirate ships were harmed in the making of this intro. We are on Facebook at Southern Fried Philosophy, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at SFP Radio. You can always email the show at sfpradio@gmail.com. If you would like to help support the show, we are on Patreon at patreon.com/SFP Radio. And we are in your podcast feed of choice, as well as iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn app, and even TikTok.
You don't stop. Which we'd have 0 videos on TikTok. I need to figure it out what it is first, and then I'll start posting things.
Gotcha.
We want to also direct you, if you are listening via podcast, to our YouTube page. Just Google, or on YouTube, just search for SFP Radio. Do us a favor, subscribe, like, do those things so we can make more videos where we can say subscribe and like, which would be handy. So we would appreciate that. If you are staying at home and you want to do a podcast or a video or whatever, and you need some assistance, email our illustrious producer Brian at headlines@SFP Radio. And if you would like to become a show sponsor, we would appreciate that. Shoot us an email at sfpradio@gmail.com. If you missed any of that, this is a podcast, so you can go back and listen. All right. So, producer Brian, we have been on
Quest.
On a quest. That's like a holy quest, I think,
yes,
at this point, where we have needed listeners from North Dakota, Alaska, and Vermont.
Yes.
And we've been needing these folks for a while. We've asked our audience to do it, and yet again, they failed us. That's okay. We still love you, but I'm slightly disappointed. So we had to take things in control, and we called North Dakota, the Fargo Visitors Center. Mm-hmm. We did that earlier this week during work, but I wasn't working, but I was working. Producer Brian was able to join in on that call, and so we called. And do you have any thoughts before we play our audio from that?
It was fun. I had fun. It was informative, I would say.
Very. Yep.
Yeah, very informative. It was good. I enjoyed it. It gave me a chance to, stop working in the middle of the day and,
sure,
it's that, we talked about doing that daily radio show idea. It's what it felt like, that the kind of thing you do on a daily show.
Just call random people.
Yeah, just call random people. Yeah. Catch them off guard. Yeah,
sure.
Interview them.
Do you think that the people in Fargo and Bismarck were caught off guard there for a minute?
Oh, yes.
To say the least.
And not to give it away, but we were also caught off guard just a little bit. So
that is true. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play the audio. We hope you enjoy it. It was quite a fun time. So here we go. All right. So producer Brian, tell me, can you give me some facts about North Carolina or North Dakota?
I know nothing about North Carolina. But North Dakota, I've been on the Googs
Yeah. Tell me about
And so apparently it's an up and coming place that I've never been to. So
it. Sure.
they have some stats on their website here. It says they're number 2 in crude oil production.
Okay.
How great is that?
Number one.
I don't know who's the leader. I'm assuming it's Texas and this must be the U.S. too, not the world, right?
I would think.
Number 5 in higher education.
Okay. Good place to raise kids and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess send them to. There's colleges. Is there more than one? I'm sure there's more than one. Number 3 in economic competitiveness. I don't know what that means either.
I mean, I would think that, job-wise, people are trying to get better jobs.
Yeah, I guess.
And so maybe they go to North Dakota.
Competitive pay, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Number 3 is in the best state for families.
See?
I mean, that sounds nice, right?
Yeah. I feel like I should move here.
Yeah. And then this is not surprising. Well, maybe a little surprising. Number 1 in 11 different crops. So,
okay.
Farmland. Lots of agriculture is definitely a thing there. And if you click on that link, it takes you to a 404 at the
Don't want to click on that.
Yep.
Don't go to that site.
Yeah,
kids.
well, the website's broken a little bit,
there.
but there's let's see. Key industries: food and agriculture, energy and natural resources.
Makes sense.
Autonomous systems, which means drones, information technology.
Yeah, a lot of room to fly as some drones out there.
There's probably a thriving model airplane.
Oh yeah,
right.
I would think. Except maybe their winds. I would think that they have high winds. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, on the plains, yeah, that makes sense. And tornadoes and big storms will roll through, and I can see that.
Also, it's very cold. I would think in the wintertime.
It's like South Canada.
Yeah, I don't want to participate in that.
Let's see, what's the temp? Can I look the temperature up right now?
Yeah, let's figure out what.
Let's do a little. Magic Man's not here to give us a weather report, so I'm going to do Fargo. That's the place, right? Fargo, North Dakota.
Fargo.
Oh well, what's the weather here? Okay, it's currently 52 degrees.
Wow, that's pretty close to what we're at now.
At the low of 32, and it's 61 in my house, which they're 10 degrees. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
It was 52 on Sunday, I think, here, though. So.
Yeah. It was a little chilly on Sunday.
They're getting below freezing at night a little bit, lows in the low 30s. Yeah, high of 61 on Sunday. I'm just kind of clicking through the weather report here.
This is riveting.
Yeah, this riveting is good radio right here, right?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's not terrible for spring.
If you look back probably 2 months ago, I don't think I'd want to participate in that.
Yeah, I can do that. I've got a time machine built into my weather app here. I'm going to roll it to January.
All right, what do we got in January?
It was high of 25.
Ooh,
low of 1.
No, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm out.
So yeah,
we don't want that. All right, so let's call. So the deal is again, we have not had any visitors from North Dakota, Vermont, or Alaska. So right now, Fargo is kind of known, at least when I think of North Dakota, I think of Fargo. And then I think of the TV show from FX called Fargo. There's a movie called Fargo. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, let's call the Visitors Bureau, see if they want to give us any additional facts about that, and then and see if we can get somebody from there to listen to the show, which I think that would be great. Then we can fill in a little mappy thing and be one step closer. I think Vermont, what we should do is call Ben and Jerry's. That'd be fun. And then for Alaska, I'm going to see if we can get Sarah Palin. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll figure something out. So we're going to call, we don't, this is either going to be awesome or horrible. So just, set your expectations really low on this one, and we'll call Fargo Visitors Center.
Here we go.
Hello, and thank you for calling the Fargo-Moorhead Convention and Visitors Bureau. Currently, we are unavailable to take your call. For staff direct...
Well, so far so good.
Yeah, we're 0 for 1. How is somebody not there? It makes me sad.
What time is it in North Dakota?
It's, I don't know.
Is it lunchtime?
Oh, crap.
Does it say what their times? Let's see. That's Central Time, Fargo, North Dakota.
It is 12:43. So they may be
they're getting the chimichangas or something.
What do you think they eat in Fargo?
Fresh produce, probably. All the
some of their crops. There are 11 different crops.
Yeah. North Dakota. Every state has like foods they're known for, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what these words are. Let's see. I'm looking for the top 10 iconic foods in North Dakota.
Okay.
This is not research. This is live. How do you even say that?
What?
Knofla? Knoepphla.
Oh, we need to ask people about this.
Sounds like Eskimo food. It's a creamy dumpling and potato soup. It looks good. It looks delicious.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you a link to this real quick.
All right.
Computers not letting me do that.
So we've got
walleye. That's a type of fish, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Yeah, that's fish.
Here's another Fleischkugel.
What? Where are these people from?
The Russian-German meat-filled pastry.
There we go. That explains things.
There's something called hot dish, which looks like a chicken pot pie almost. But it's got like beef and there's like tater tots on top.
Doesn't sound horrible.
This doesn't even look like American food to me.
Maybe.
Like the words are, this is Scandinavian. I don't know what this is. Like a tortilla? I can't pronounce it. Lefse. Lefse.
What in the world? What are you people
hot
doing?
Beef sandwich. Okay. That's,
all
I can
right.
get with that. Goulash. Okay.
Yeah. It's very Russian-y.
It is. It's, sauerkraut.
Bunch of Ruskies and Germans.
Cheese buttons.
That's got to be like fried. I would think
it's not fried. It's like
cheese.
ravioli kind of thing.
Oh.
It's like
cheese
probably
buttons.
got like cheese whiz in it. Kuchen. Kuchen.
Oh yeah, have you ever had a butter kuchen? Oh man, that is delicious.
All right, well that's number 10.
Okay, that should be.
So if that's delicious and it's the 10th one on there,
yeah,
what does that mean, right?
Yeah. I do know I've had a butter kuchen and I've made a butter kuchen and it's delicious. Love it. So we could either call back the visitor center and just keep harassing them. We could call the Red River Zoo, the Fargo Air Museum, Drecker Brewing Company, the Roger Maris Museum. That'd be fun. The shopping center, which their number one picture on there is JCPenney. That sounds fabulous.
Okay.
The amusement park, an outdoor field, or Fargo Dome. That sounds nice. Or the North Dakota State University.
I don't know who's...
Any thoughts on... Let's try the visitor center one more time. They're probably not back from lunch, but we're going to try it anyway. I would really like to talk to them.
Okay.
If not, we're going to the zoo.
Hello, and thank you for calling the Fargo-Moorhead Convention and Visitors Bureau. Currently, we are unavailable.
Okay, is there another, maybe Fargo, well, what's another city in North Dakota?
Oh, yeah, maybe, but they'll probably deal with the same same thing, right?
Someone's got to be
Cities
home.
In North Dakota. We are live Googling on the show.
This is, we could call the, Theodore Roosevelt National Park maybe and see if there's a park ranger around.
So Bismarck.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Bismarck, okay. All right, let's see if we can get the Bismarck Tourist Bureau.
How do you spell bureau? That's the real question.
You just start typing words
I
in
got
until
it pretty
kinda,
close, I think. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you,
all you got to do
Google.
is kind of get close.
I use, it's also the name of a donkey, apparently. Open. Okay. All right. I'm going to dial this number.
Okay. All right. You got it. Here we go.
Yeah, I got a number. We'll call and talk to somebody.
Can we talk to them to see why their Fargo one's closed?
Hey, why won't Fargo talk to us?
Yeah. I'm starting to understand why they're not listening to the show.
Good afternoon, Bismarck Mandan Convention Visitors Bureau. This is Beth speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm sorry. You said your name was Beth?
Yes.
Hi, Beth. My name's JT, and I've got my producer, Brian, and this is the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast. How are you doing today?
I am good. I would actually need to connect you to our CEO. Can you hold for a minute?
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're going right to the CEO?
Well, did you want someone else? Or?
No. You send me wherever you want me to go.
Okay, let me see who'll be able to help you. And you said you're from where?
We're from the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast in Concord, North Carolina.
Okay. One moment, please.
Well, this is...
We're going to CEO.
Yeah, we're going straight to the top here, so...
Surely the CEO can help us out.
Thank you for holding. I'll connect you with Lori, and she'll be able to help you. One moment, please.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're sure welcome.
Got it.
Oh, all right.
I like the music.
Hope this isn't copyright or DMCA on YouTube, right?
I think we're okay. Let's edit it and put in our music.
You can totally do that.
Right now, they're going, what is going on? Who are these people?
Oh, man.
You think Lori's out to lunch too?
Maybe.
Wow. Hey, Lori. How you doing?
They're looking in their handbook on how to handle, interviews from famous podcasters.
Right now, who is on the line right now?
Well, Google this. Southern what? Philosophy?
Yep. Listen, I don't think we're going to get very far. I'll be honest with you. My
We've
hopes
already
are pretty
got
low.
farther than I expected, so, I mean...
We're going to the CEO. You think she's going to say first time, long time? Lori, what are you doing? Man, she immediately dropped it and was like,
oh, let's send you to the top. You sound important. Maybe producer means lawyer in North Dakota.
Oh, it's Russian for lawyer.
Guess the third loop on the voicemail.
Lori's finished in her cooking.
It's a show title.
Oh yeah, that looks decent. It looks like a potato soup.
Yeah, there's a couple. I just can't pronounce any of them.
Right. Maybe can you ask them how to say these things?
Yes, that's a good thing.
On? Wow, these are weird looking. We'll have them on show notes. Boy, that hot dish.
Right? That looks like tater tots to you, right?
Right. Yeah, it's totally tater tots. But that does not look appealing. That looks like the aftermath right there, my friend.
It's like a shepherd's pie with I'd eat it.
I see
corn,
green field peas,
broccoli,
maybe some corn. You think they're also trying to like hold until we just hang up?
Maybe.
They don't know that I have a real job and I'm not doing anything the rest of the day, so there's that. I'm just kidding if my boss is listening. Hot beef sandwich.
Nobody knows that
good.
this is 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shh, let's not tell them. Right now people are going, where are you? I've had goulash before. Not a fan of sauerkraut.
That's just like noodles, and it looks like what's that? Beefaroni out of.
Oh yeah. Yep. We're not giving up, Lori.
Sauerkraut.
Maybe we should have gone to the CEO. Maybe she's in a meeting right now. So I'm reading the comments of the one that you sent. Donna said, there's a lot of good, hearty eating, but are there any fun places to dance and live music? Stuart replies, lots of music, but few really know how to dance.
Okay. I don't know what just happened here, but I'm scrolling down the rest of this, and there's another section from maybe earlier, and there's different foods on it.
Huh.
So this first one says February 2020.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then there's a second entry from 4 years ago.
It's the same thing.
Not all of it. I mean, they're different orders though. So this one likes the hot beef better. You have Kuka number 2. There's the fish, which that looks good. Then here's the kicker: special K bars.
They're also known as dessert bars or scotcheroos.
That's the thing my mom used to make for Weight Watchers was special K bars. Crumb cake. Ooh, is that? I've heard of that.
What's that?
Crumb cake, crumb caca.
Crumb.
It's like a rolled up, like a waffle thing.
Yeah. There's that Flunkenkugel again.
Yep.
Everybody likes that.
Fleischkugel. Yeah.
Cactus bread?
Left C. It all looks like, definitely Scandinavian cactus bread. Is that like cornbread made out of something else?
Oh, keep scrolling. There's even more.
Oh, there's another one from 20. Oh, is this? Oh, caramel rolls. Hello.
Yeah. Ooh, Sandy's Donuts. This now we're talking.
Okay, that's who we need to call. Let's call Sandy.
It's better than Loy right now.
Bison.
Bison?
I've had bison.
Did you like it?
No. Maybe it was ostrich. No, I had ostrich, not bison. Okay, we're 7 minutes into this call.
Good night, y'all. So what do you think we should do? Should we just... I thought I had the stamina, but I'm starting to get tired.
Yeah, I think we're getting the old cold shoulder here.
Oh, clearly we are.
What time is it? 1:58. We can try. You want to go back to Fargo? All right, let's try Fargo. It's almost 2:00, or probably right at 1.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that they're meandering back to their desks at this point.
Sure.
Yeah, man, we gotta go back to work. Man, that hot tater tot hot dish was delicious.
So, did you have hot dish for lunch?
Hot dish.
All right, let's try Fargo
Come
again.
on, Fargo.
Call.
Now I'm calling back to the zoo.
Welcome to Fargo-Moorhead. How may I help you?
Hi, who's speaking?
This is Donna. Can I help you?
Hey, Donna. My name's JT, and I've got Brian also on the line. We're from the Southern Fried Philosophy podcast. You doing good today?
I am, yes.
That's awesome. So we do a podcast, again, called Southern Fried Philosophy, and we're actually calling for a couple of things. One, since you're part of the Visitors Bureau, we were wondering if you could tell our listeners what are some great things about Fargo. Would that be possible?
Well, just an awesome city. We have a lot going on here. There's a lot of things to do, summer and winter. There's lots of. We have a festival event in the winter months to keep us all going out and doing fun things. And in the summer, of course, is another whole venture here. We have a lot of outdoor activities also. And it's a growing community, and we love living here.
Now, producer Brian, he was telling us earlier about just some facts about it. Evidently, like Fargo and North Dakota are, like you said, is a great place to live. Number 5 in like education, that's phenomenal. You guys are kicking it there. That's great.
Right. And so we are we're living the life up here, having a good time.
And let's be honest, because I think the thing that scares us Southerners, because we're from North Carolina, is the winter. How do you guys deal with that winter cold and snow?
Well, we're equipped with snow equipment, so we get around real well in the winter because we're ready for that. And it varies too. This winter we hardly had any snow, but and we hardly had any real cold weather. Like you're below zero. We only had a short spell of that real cold weather. But on our normal, we'd probably have more snow and more cold weather. But we do fun things with that. There's a lot of outdoor activities up here, like your snowmobiling, your snow skiing, all kinds of things like that we do. Horse sleigh rides in the winter months, they do activate that.
Okay.
And hockey's big.
Oh, hockey, yeah.
So you said what you consider really cold is below zero?
Well, when we get a spell of, say, like this winter, where it doesn't get above zero for a week, that is what we consider kind of brutal because you don't get a break from it. And we did have a week of that this year where I don't think for that whole week that we got above zero. So our daytime highs would have been maybe 10 below, and our nighttime maybe running around 20 some below.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
If that gives you an idea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that gives me a very bad idea.
Yeah, it's
horrible. But you guys are used to it, right? So you're just like, it's hard, but I mean, you guys deal with it.
Yes, I do think that your body acclimates to that. You get used to it. It's just like if you lived in where it's 100 above or 110 above. We get used to the cold, and just like you would get used to the heat.
Sure.
And I think once you live here a while, I think your body gets used to it.
I'm a big guy, and I feel
not that you'd want. Not that you'd want to just have it that cold for a long period of time, but it's our winter. We go through we definitely have the 4 seasons.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Go through the spring and summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big guy, so I think I might adapt pretty well to that. And you wear the clothing. Appropriate clothing is very important. Sure.
You have. We have. Our wardrobe is pretty awesome, with all the different seasons we have to go through. You have your jacket, and then you have your coat, and then you have your warm winter coat, and same with all your things like that. So.
Gotcha. We've also looked at some of the top 10 foods in North Carolina or in North Dakota, and we're really trying to figure out how to say some of these things. So, how do you say this one? It's like a conifal. It's a creamy dumpling and potato soup.
Soup. Yeah, that is pronounced nephila. The K is silent, and it's called nephila soup.
Nephila.
Okay.
And it is nephila, and it is a cream-based soup with potatoes, dumplings, that kind of. And it's German, and it's served up here at quite a few different places.
Okay.
And it is a popular soup.
It looks delicious in the pictures, though.
there's another one, Flesh Kugel. Is that right?
That one is also a German, and I personally have not had that.
Okay.
But I understand it's a meat base with the meat is a filling, and then it is with a pastry around it and baked or fried.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And my mom was German, so we would have Butterkuchen, and man, that's delicious. I enjoyed that.
And that's very popular up here too.
Yes,
they
ma'am.
make Kuchen in all flavors, stuffed with all kinds of fillings like your fruits, and so that's a very popular. We are also. I'm on the Norwegian side, so we have a lot of Norwegian foods up here too, like lefse, krumkake. That.
Okay. Well, Donna, we, again, I said that we were part of the Southern Fried Philosophy podcast, and we've done 168 episodes. And part of the reason why we've called North Dakota is because we've never had anybody listen to our show. We've gone all across the country.
From North Dakota.
What did I say again? Did I say North Carolina again?
You said we've never had anyone listen to the show. That's not true.
Oh,
we've never had anyone from North Dakota listen to the show.
Nobody's listened to it. Nobody from North Dakota
has that. Nobody.
Yeah.
We're really bad at this. But nobody from North Dakota has listened to our show. Again, we've gone all over the world, but we can't get North Dakota, Vermont, and Alaska. And we are a very family-friendly show. We don't cuss or anything else like that. But maybe in the visitor center, we can get somebody to listen to the show. Can you help us out with that, you think?
Would you like to speak to either our, like my manager?
Okay.
She would be very good, or our CEO, Charlie Johnson, is our spokesman for both the convention center and the visitor center.
Okay.
I could transfer you to his phone line if you would like.
Yeah, we could just have, if you have free time or whatnot, you could go to our website. Again, it's family friendly, so it's not anything bad going to be there. southernfriedphilosophy.com, and just hit play on one of those episodes.
Southern Fried. Go on.
Philosophy, PHIL.
Okay.
O.
Okay.
SOPHY.
Gotcha. All right.
And you'll also be on the very next episode. So not today, but next Monday, this will be on the show.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's fine. You did great.
You did great.
I have never... No, you caught me unexpected, or I would have transferred you to someone with better capability in this department.
You did fantastic, Donna, though. You were awesome.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Brian?
Yes.
And what? Brian
JT.
And JP. All right.
All right.
Did you still want to visit with our CEO?
Yeah, that's fine. That'd be great.
Okay. I will transfer
Donna.
you to his phone line.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
And you have a great day.
Well, thank you. I will transfer you now.
Thank you. We're going to the CEO again.
Oh. Apparently the CEO is when you push the receiver and hang up on somebody. That's the slang for, she hung up on us.
Well, we'll see. What are your feelings about Donna? Do you think she's gonna listen?
I don't know.
Maybe. Right. So here's what we'll do. We're going to go through, we'll go here, we'll go to North Dakota. I got to stop saying North Carolina. So North Dakota, we'll go Vermont and Alaska, and we'll track to see if North Dakota listens. If not, we'll call Donna back and say, hey, you haven't listened to the show yet. So what's up?
Yeah, maybe, the metadata will do something because I'll mention North Dakota. We spend, 30 minutes on hold in North Dakota.
Right.
And
and we'll tag it. So, of course. Yeah. All right. Well, that's our bit for please let somebody from these states listen to us. Next week, we'll call Vermont. We're, again, hoping to pick up or get somebody from Ben & Jerry's. So that would be nice. And we'll go from there. So with that said, at the very end, I was asking you, like, what are the chances that Donna listens? And we weren't very hopeful. Yeah. But I would like to say, shout out to our new listener from North Dakota. Woo! We did it.
Yes.
Donna, you're awesome. Thank
MVP,
you so much.
SFP MVP, right there. That's what that is. I just made that up.
If we ever make it to Fargo, we're stopping by, and I'm seeing you. I'm getting one of those meat hot tater tot hot pocket things,
right?
And we're going to sit down and have it for lunch.
So,
right?
My biggest takeaway from the whole experience is the next time I get a telemarketer call, I'm going to transfer them to the CEO. So, do you want to talk to the CEO? Let me do that for you.
That's so perfect.
And then you either put them on hold for 10 minutes or you hang up on them. That's,
either one.
That's it.
Wow. That, oh my gosh. That is so glorious. I'm going to do that.
Or, if they know they're calling a resident, you can say, let me let you talk to a dad. Or
no, I think you still
CEO,
go for the CEO.
CEO, is that the play?
You have to say CEO. Yeah. Because then you feel like, oh my. The problem is a lot of these telemarketers are using like the fake voice thing, and they're like, press 1 if you want to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, man, that's great. I'm going to use that from now on. So next week, we're going to keep it rolling, and we're going to call Vermont. And so Vermont, you're on the list. And I have instructed and given the number to producer Brian of the wonderful Ben & Jerry's. So we will be calling them. I hope that they send us to the CEO.
Oh,
that would
please.
be great. But we're going to call. Oh, what if we got a Ben & Jerry's SFP radio?
I want to talk about flavors. What do I got to do to get a producer Brian flavor or a SFP? Is it gravies and biscuits and gravy flavored ice cream? And what's the idea there, right?
That would be glorious.
Chicken and waffles might work.
So I'm a little nervous because we're actually calling a company, but I don't know. We'll play it off and see how it goes.
These folks are probably professionally trained to handle our type of conversation.
Idiots.
So
yeah, I have full, I know for certain that full confidence that we are going to go straight to voicemail. There's no way we're actually going to get to
it's
a real
possible.
person.
So I think the backup plan needs to be like a maple syrup refinery or something, right?
Okay, we could do that or an actual Ben & Jerry's store.
Oh, a store.
They'll probably pick up.
Oh, we'll get like a college kid working or something.
Which knows what a podcast is. So that's more helpful.
That's very helpful.
I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised. I love Donna. She was the sweetest.
She was great. Yeah.
But I'm surprised she did it. I really am. And you know what episode it was? She listened to episode 106 with a consumer advocate, Yael Osowski.
Oh, really? That's the one she picked?
I scoured to try to figure out which one she listened to, and that was it. So.
Okay. He's in like Europe now, right? That's not the one I
thought she would have picked. It was 106. Yeah.
And there's a lot of good choices. It's based on show titles, right?
Right. I would think so.
Well, she said she was Norwegian or something. What was the?
I think that's what it did. I think it was the name.
It sounds like he's a Viking, right? So,
right,
or close enough.
Yeah, he's not a Southerner. I mean, he is, but the name isn't. Sure. So, a shout out to Yael, who's a Patreon subscriber. Thank you for letting us use your name so we could get a North Dakota listener.
Yeah,
I mean, it's full circle, baby. It's full circle.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you, like I ask you every week, Producer Brian, how you be darn?
I'm good. A little tired, but I'm good. So this weekend, I've had an experience that's made me very thoughtful.
Oh, Okay.
Well, I got 2 tattoos this weekend.
Say what?
Yeah, I got 2 tattoos. So have you seen the movie Moana?
No, I have not yet.
Okay. Well, it's a great
I've
movie.
not had the pleasure of Moana.
It's coming down the pipe. You know, you got a little girl.
I'm sure
so.
it will be. Yeah.
So I've got this, there's this group of characters called the Kakamora on the,
Careful.
they're coconut pirates, basically. They're pirates that are under coconuts. They're pretty funny. So I got one of these on my left forearm.
Okay.
Then there's a kind of a mentally challenged rooster named Hey Hey. And I got that on my right arm.
You've got a mentally challenged cock on your arm. Is that what it is?
It's basically that's a good description. Yeah. So anyway, these are temporary tattoos. In case you haven't figured that out yet.
It scared me a little bit because that's not you, and I was like, "Huh, what happened there?"
Yeah.
But
So
okay.
about the what's had me thinking about it. So I like the placement of these. They're like the inside of my forearm, and they've been I've been washing my arms, but they have been not too hard because I kind of like them here. You know, I got my coconut guy here. But I'm 40 years old. So if I was to go get a tattoo right now, is that like classic midlife crisis, or is that like at what point do you just like give up on that sort of thing? Because it's something I've had an interest in for most of my life. But I've wanted to spend my money on better things. I guess it's not something I wanted to invest in because it's expensive. I know people love it, and it's addictive apparently, but I have a problem with it. But at what age is it like? Okay, guy, you know, maybe just move on, right?
Might need to turn that down.
Right.
Not a good idea. How much money would I have to pay you to get an SFP on your buttock?
Right or left side?
Either way, you pick the cheapest.
Like the full color, or are we doing like ink, like the blue?
You could just do the black and blue.
Or just the microphone, maybe? You have just like the microphone just next to my crevasse.
Yeah. What if that was coming out of your crevasse and your butt crack was the microphone cord?
Oh, man.
And then hanging down is the end of the microphone cord?
I just need the stamp that just says Southern Fried right there. That's all you need, right?
Yeah. So how much are we talking for that? I will gladly pay for that.
Oh my God. I don't know. I need to see. It depends on the size, I guess. How big is it? Full, you know.
Yeah. It has to be at least, I'll say at least an inch and a half.
Okay.
So it could be small.
Sure. Yeah. Well, the problem is, so I get paid to, I would, a couple $100 probably do the trick for me. Enough to pay for the tattoo. But then I got to think about room and board after the fact.
Okay, so this is a sponsorship on your body.
Yeah, because I am sponsoring, and then if I display it in public, I need royalties or something, right?
Right, sure.
There's also the fact that my wife will kick me out of the house, most likely.
So now I'm paying rent.
Yeah, so
this is getting expensive.
I'm going to need to go hit that cabin behind your house and
we'll
room
kick
up there.
Out. You can make moonshine down there.
Beds, right? I mean, how bad?
Sure. There you go. I don't know. He's got himself a little lady down there, so three might be a crowd.
Wow.
So all right. I think at the end of the day, do what?
So how you be doing?
Well, at the end of the day, we'll just have to make Magic Man get the tattoo.
Oh, there we go. You get some IPAs lined up.
Win Play Show. If we can get this thing fired up and get thousands of listeners, I'll gladly get an SFP one on my rear end.
That's a good point. I would go for that. If we could get a larger following, I could totally.
Oh yeah, I'd absolutely do it. I'd even do it on my forearm.
Yep.
So if we could do this full time, so that's your goal. You didn't come through on North Dakota, but by gosh, if you can get us a couple 100,000 followers, we'll make this happen.
Yeah.
So I woke up this morning.
That's good.
And Yeah, that's a good starting spot. Yeah. And, I do my typical, hey, let me start my morning on the John, my throne. And so I'm, scrolling through email, and I get this email saying, hey, Mr. Patton, you've got your COVID vaccine scheduled.
Hey.
What did I do last night? Like, I know I didn't drink that much. And if I did, that was amazing. Good job, me. So I was really proud of myself. And then I keep scrolling and I see an invitation from my wife saying, hey, DA, I have got us a COVID vaccine scheduled. So we're good to go.
Awesome. So
my COVID vaccine is the 6th. Get the first shot then, and then we'll kind of see what happens then. But I was my wife is amazing. Like, she's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But I was very proud of her. She's followed some guy on Twitter, the tweeter box, and he said, hey, this location has vaccines available. Sign up here. And she did it like at 11 o'clock at night. I was asleep. So I was like, good job. Yeah. So yay.
Yeah. And I will say, I had the health department call me today because I was on a waiting list. So they called me to set up. I was already had my shot, but if you're on a waiting list, apparently that actually works for some places. So Matt County called me today and said, hey, do you still want the shot? I said, no, I'm good.
Huh. Could you have gotten your second shot faster?
Well,
I guess you still have to wait.
I still need to wait. Yeah, you need to, 3 weeks or something. Point being, if you want it, you have to pay attention a little bit. You have to work for it, I think, a little bit.
Oh, dude. Like, I was the day before, the 2 days before, dude, I kept scrolling or refreshing Walgreens and the Cabarrus one. Like, I had 2 tabs open, and I would, keep refreshing to try to get it.
It's the Ticketmaster strategy.
It really is, like, legitimately. So there's that. All right, guys. So the Southern word of the week is Catawampus. This word sounds like that it's something that should belong in Harry Potter, but cattywampus, sometimes spelled cattywampus, Yep, is a fixture of everyday Southern speech. It describes something as askew, awry, or diagonal, as in we tried setting it up straight, but it ended up cattywampus. Another example is we tried to fix it, but it is now all cattywampus.
Yep.
So, you've heard that one before?
Yeah, that's anytime I try to build something, that's what I end up with.
There you go.
Like raised bed, flower boxes, they were catawampus.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The other thing, too, that I wanted to point out is we have our first sponsorship. We've sponsored Shorty's Barbecue. And he's doing his first competition. You'll remember Lee Short was on episode 165. And he's talking about starting his catering deal. He's got his first gig this Friday and Saturday. So hopefully we'll be able to have him on and just talk about, A, the process, but then 2, like maybe he won something, and that'd be great.
Yeah.
So, and so we're on a big sign in a competition in Missouri that says a podcast of life, liberty, and the pursuit of gravy with our big logo right there. So we'll see.
Does he cater in Vermont? That's the question.
Do you have anything in Vermont? Actually, we need you to. What if we sponsored him to go to Vermont and do some barbecue?
Yeah,
look, they don't have barbecue competitions in Vermont or Alaska, so
pancake competitions probably.
Pancakes.
Yeah, syrup.
We also did put some maple syrup on the barbecue, maybe. You got your brain thinking, don't it?
I don't know. Maybe in some sauce.
Right, in the sauce.
I'd get, not on the. I don't know. I think it'd have to be some. You'd have to have like it in like you have make maple bourbon barbecue sauce or something like that.
Right. Okay. I just thought we did ask you, our loyal listeners, to ask us anything, and so we got a couple questions. So Alabama Bound says she knows that we like whiskey, but do you drink beer, and if so, what kind? What's your kind of beer that you go to?
Well, I've been following the keto practice for quite a while. So
right, sure.
There's one. And it's not a good one, really, but it's fine. I have a lot of Mick Ultra in my refrigerator, essentially, because that's low carb. That's the point of it.
Gotcha.
When I stray off of those things, I'm not like, I like beer, but I'm not like, we have friends that are beer guys that like the science, like they're beer nerds, like we're bourbon nerds. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I like brown ales a lot. I like stouts a lot. Porters, anything. I like most craft brewed anything, I would say. I'm not super picky, but I really like a good brown ale. That's my favorite. Or a good stout.
Yeah. I'm a stout guy. I love bourbon barrel stouts. So that's kind of my jam. So there you go.
Yeah.
Hope that answers your question. Next question. If people recognize this, we went from joking around to hear some serious stuff. If people recognize the struggles of their neighborhoods or loved ones and did nothing about it, are they allowed to complain when they have similar struggles?
This is the philosophy part of the podcast.
This is it. We're getting our copay worth.
Okay, I didn't read this ahead of time.
If your neighbors or loved ones see some struggles, but they do nothing about it, are they then allowed to complain when they have similar struggles?
I believe in grace, right? So,
that's a good one.
I think you have to be the bigger person, and let people, they need to talk to you or whatever. If they have struggles, people have different places they come from. You don't know why they act the way they do all the time. But at the end of the day, I think you got to have grace in situations and, be the bigger person.
Absolutely. Yeah. People are allowed to complain whenever they want. Clearly that's the case if you look at the Twitter handle @CrazyKaren. Y'all, and please understand, this is not suitable for work if you go to that website and you play any of the videos. But people have lost their ever-loving mind. And it seems as if, and I know it's a one-sided Twitter account, so I totally get it. But it's like, it's all about wearing your face mask, people getting arrested for that, getting arrested for trespassing while they're not following the rules of that store, which I think that you should be able to arrest them if that's your policy, whatever. Yeah. And then just, like saying Trump is going to come back and he's your president and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, y'all are lost your ever-loving mind. You can complain, but
some of this
ain't going to change nothing.
I don't understand. I just don't understand the thought process on some of this stuff,
Yeah.
Like the video we're talking about, and the lady's being recorded by her, like she's recording herself pitching a fit in the store. It's not like a bystander catches her in some moment. She is willfully participating in this event, raising a ruckus, right?
Yeah, just acting a fool.
And being belligerent and blatantly racist.
Right.
And I hadn't made this connection actually until today. I just saw a meme because in this particular video we're discussing, she was yelling at either an Asian American or Asian. We don't know where this was or exactly.
I couldn't tell by the quick pan.
I was listening. Camera. I don't know, Asian descent somewhere there.
Right.
But I hadn't made this connection of where this. Again, I don't follow much of the world on purpose. But the connection that was made today for me was that people are blaming Asians for the virus.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't, like that just never clicked. I heard, the China virus, whatever. Like Trump said a year, was it 2 years ago? How long we've been doing this?
Right.
But it just never clicked at the Asian hate was that directed about the virus. I thought it was just, I don't like Asians,
No, dude, there was a long time where Chinese food places had to shut down because people were going in and being mean to them, and they were fearful of their lives because people were so angry at China, so they took it out on my
Koreans and Vietnamese and
yeah. So it's like, y'all, I remember that was the deal. Like none of the Chinese food places were open, and that really affected me. So I was really mad at them. Yeah.
Wow. You're mad at people shutting down the Chinese restaurant, as you should be.
Oh yeah. I
was so mad. A, you're putting people out of work, and B, I can't get my Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah, I mean that's really the most important thing. So I agree with you on that one. Like, it's grace. People can complain, but be the bigger person. All right, here's the other question that she had for us. I don't get this. She told us not to cheat, so I didn't cheat. But it's one of those questions. We're about to cheat.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go slow for everybody. If 11 plus 2 equals 1, what does 9 plus 5 equal? 11 plus 2 equals 1. 9 plus 5 equal. Did you get it?
No, I didn't get it. I Googled it. But my first thought was, so when I first saw this, I looked at it, and the way it was written, there was no like numbers weren't written as numbers. They were written out as words. So I thought, okay, this isn't about math. This has got to be something else. So the first thing I thought it was like a baker's dozen, but that didn't quite pan out.
Right. See, I was going like 11 is like 2 ones. So if you just take one of those away, you get 1. So my answer was 5 on the 9 plus 5. And your answer was 122.
Yeah, I thought 122 because I thought 11 plus 2 meant 13 or 11. I don't know. I thought I completely messed this up. But spoiler alert for you guys who haven't figured it out yet or haven't.
All right, let's. If you want to, try to figure it out, hit pause now.
Yep.
And think about it, and then hit play. We'll give you some time.
So I want to add an extra word next to all these numbers, basically.
Okay.
If 11 o'clock plus 2 o'clock equals 2 equals 1 o'clock, what does 9 o'clock plus 5 equal? So it's 2 o'clock is the answer. 11 o'clock plus the number plus 2.
That's not fair.
Right?
You have to say o'clock.
Well, then it's not a brain teaser. And I feel like I'm pretty good at brain teasers a lot of times.
Huh, okay.
This one had me really stumped. Had me thinking about baking. So.
Well, there you go. Well, you talk about being stumped. There's a lady in North Carolina that was also stumped. She was driving. We talked about the weather last week of how my daycare closed because it rained for like 37 seconds. And I was upset.
In the evening.
Guys were like, it barely did anything. Yeah.
Yeah, at 5 p.m.
And so, but evidently there was something that happened up north that we didn't experience. So, Producer Ryan, if you want to roll that clip.
Oh crap, I see the wind. Sorry. Woo, look at that, y'all. Holy cow, there it is right there. That's a tornado. Oh my God, it's a tornado. I've never seen one in my life. Look. Holy cow, there's a tornado, y'all. Everybody be safe. Look. Oh gosh. Oh God, everybody be safe! Woo! Oh God, what was that? Oh, something just hit my car. Oh God, Jesus help us! Oh gosh, stop! I don't know. What was it? Y'all, I am officially in a tornado. This is amazing. As long as nobody gets hurt, please forgive me for acting like a moron, because y'all know it's just me. So I've been in an earthquake now, a hurricane, now a tornado, and an earthquake, yeah. In a year, y'all, what the world?
Oh, those are our people.
Yeah, and you said
Those are our
north.
people.
This is like, I think, Burlington, North Carolina or something like that.
It's about, an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just north of Greensboro.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle live another 30 minutes north of that. So
Yeah, and I feel like I've
Yeah.
seen enough. I saw the clip. It was on the Charlotte Observers where I found this.
okay,
believe.
yeah,
Or did you? I forget where it came from. Maybe. Anyway,
I think it was. Yeah,
I found it ended up in my possession, so I watched it. This lady basically they roll the window down and drive towards the tornado.
which is smart.
Which
That's what you
I mean,
should
I've
do.
seen Twister. That's
Mhm.
not the way to go.
No,
Yeah.
you don't want it unless you have the Cybertruck, the bulletproof truck. You don't want to do that.
Oh man,
So, goodness.
good times.
Earthquake, tornado, and hurricane. How many of those have you been in?
I've not been in a tornado. I've been hurricane. I mean, we've had minor earthquakes. Do you count the stuff we've had here as earthquakes?
I mean, it was an earthquake.
There's been. I'm aware of two. I felt one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't the most recent one. I did
Oh.
not feel the most. I don't think I felt the most recent one
I felt the most recent one.
because it
Okay.
was during the early on in the pandemic, right?
Yeah, it was kind of,
It's-
yeah.
Summer. I feel like
Yeah, summerish.
because it was a Sunday because I was at church outside
Yep.
and I saw
Um,
tweets or something, or I forget. I don't know where I saw, but
Yeah, Hot Pocket
Anyway.
was still with us, so it was around the summer.
okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I felt that one. I wasn't in the tornado, but my house was. And I lived right above in Kentucky. I lived right above an insurance agency. And you talk about the hand of God. Dude, the tornado came down and hit the house ahead of us. It wasn't the house, it was like a lot. And so like the trees were all gone. And then it jumped over that one and hit the lot on the other side of it. And like it was crazy. But it destroyed other houses there, but ours didn't touch. I had like a little gnome outside and he flew off somewhere. I don't know where he went, but that was the only damage thing that I had.
Yeah.
So if you ever find a gnome and you're in Kentucky and you don't know where it came from, it's probably mine.
Oh, tornadoes and earthquakes are things that I'm not interested in necessarily.
No.
Some people are like, ooh, they want to I don't want anything to do with those two
to it.
things. I know what hurricanes are. I've dealt with hurricanes. I know what to expect from a hurricane. Earthquake, nope.
Yeah.
Not a real one.
No.
And then tornadoes, my house is like all windows.
Yeah, that's
There
not
is one place in my house that we could go hide in, and it's like what do you call it? The half bath downstairs. It's not that big.
good. No, somebody's gonna have to go.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to draw straws,
Right? Who's going?
Who's staying outside?
Yeah, and if it's tornadoes, it'll be
got room
me,
for all of
probably. That's the real truth of it.
Yeah, dude, I don't play with hurricanes. I would take an earthquake over a hurricane any day.
Really?
Yeah, I was in Texas when not when. Well, I was in when the big one came through.
Katrina?
I think Katrina, but I was in Texas and that was in New Orleans.
Okay.
But then Rita came through.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that one, like, it was all clear. Like, it was nice and quiet and everything else. I was like, hey, baby, we made it. And as soon as I said we made it through, here it comes. The power went off, and then our roof of the house was lifted up and then just went back down. I mean, it was like, dude, I thought that thing was gone. And we didn't have power. I went out and found a generator for $1,000.
Hey, that's a deal.
At the time. And that was a crap ton of money for us back then.
Sure.
But we needed it because they said on the news, you'll be out for a month. So I was like, well, we got to have something. So I got the generator and then got the gas for it. That I had to drive 3 hours for the gas, came back, finally got it fired up, and then, had some stuff plugged in, and like, no kidding, within 5 hours, the power's back up. I'm like, ah! So
you burn more gas driving to get gas.
Absolutely, than bringing it back. But I mean, what are you gonna do? So there was that. It was horrible. So anyway, all right. So that's that. Let's go to and if you're following online and you're saying, "Wow, they're 50 minutes into the show and we haven't even brought in a guest," don't worry, we don't have a guest this week, so it's just us yakking. And so now we're going to go to the Chicken Madness.
Now you tell us, right?
Yeah. So they're like, "Oh man, turn it off." So the Chicken Madness round 2, presented by Red Hill Brewery. We're going to go ahead and crack these up. This is the Grateful Dank, the Hazy IPA. So thank you, Red Hill Brewery, for this delicious, wonderful drink.
So last time, I mentioned that the beer wasn't quite cold enough.
Yeah.
So I brought a cooler this time.
That a boy.
To my desk.
Look at you.
Yeah. So
brought a cooler to the show.
Yeah, man.
Which your refrigerator is probably maybe 15 steps away?
15 big steps away.
I mean,
I'm all plugged in, man, All right, Grateful Dank. That's the one, right?
Yeah. Oh. I wish I could get Chris on the show to talk about this, but it's, a play off the Grateful Dead. This is a hazy IPA.
I just got a taste of it.
Yeah. 6% ABV. So, it's a light, refreshing IPA. Not, you kind of get it's a hoppy taste, but the hoppy is from, is like the danky part of it, I guess you could say.
Okay. Full transparency.
All right. Yep.
I'm not an IPA guy. I think I've said that before.
All right.
I've had a lot of, when we were at the Red Hill, he gave us a bunch of beer before. It was all great, right?
Yep.
This, first thing it reminds me of is grapefruit.
Really?
Yeah.
Grapefruit.
It's like grapefruit is what I'm saying.
I can maybe see grapefruit after it's been on your palate for quite some time. It's not when I get it, it's not as tart as grapefruit. Yeah. And I've had recently grapefruit, but I can see that at the end. Yeah.
I think I've already eaten a whole grapefruit, so I feel but
there you go. Okay.
This is not bad. I like hazy. I think I like hazy IPAs more than other IPAs.
I don't know what makes a hazy versus a non-hazy.
Again, I'm not a beer nerd. So we got educated at one point during the course of this show about beer types.
And I forgot it.
I forgot all that too. I've had too much bourbon since then.
Right. And really, I was paying attention. Or I was not paying attention, but I was acting like I did because I don't really care that much. So that's kind of where that comes from.
I mean, I like beer. I just haven't had a lot of it in the last year and a half because I was on keto.
So overall,
I think I like this. I might like it more than the Dreamsicle when I think about it. Okay. I think I could drink more of these.
Yeah, it's light.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah, absolutely. I really needed this probably 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hitting the spot. I really like it.
Yeah, again, I don't pay for IPAs, but I'll drink this one,
Okay. All right. You won't pay for it, but you'll drink it. You know what we did pay for, though, is we paid for some chicken sandwiches this week.
Yeah, we did.
It was Popeyes versus KFC. Can we get a breakdown right now of just kind of where we're at in this thing? So we are on week 3. Sorry.
Week 3, yes.
Yep. And right now, so we have had Chick-fil-A, the 1 seed, over McDonald's, the 8 seed. Mm-hmm. That was a clear win for Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
58.5 over 48.5. Then Wendy's was battling Zaxby's. That wasn't quite a battle. It was 56.5 over 73.
Yes. It's a dominant. Is that a blowout? Oh, it's a blowout.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a complete rout.
They ran the score up.
They ran the
sure.
table.
Yeah.
Our sports analogies are amazing right now.
Yeah, man.
So this week, it was the number 3 seed Popeyes against the 6 seed KFC.
Yeah.
When I looked at the seeding, this was the week that I was most excited about. Mm-hmm. One, because in my head, Popeyes was a number 1 seed. But I saw pictures of the KFC, and I was like, there's no way it's a 6 seed. So I've been very excited for this one.
Yeah.
Producer Brian,
and
we
the
kind of
seating may have been, we think about like the KFC sandwich is very new. Like, I don't know how many people have had the new classic chicken sandwich.
It came out before we did the seating, or after we did the seating.
Right. So they're probably, the seating is based on the previous iteration of the KFC chicken sandwich, which I have no idea what that is.
No idea. So I don't know how much different it is, but
yeah. So to catch anyone up if this is your first time here, thank you, North Dakota. Arbitrary point situation. You can get 5 points for presentation, 5 for bread, 5 for sauce, 5 for toppings, 10 points for the chicken for a total score of 30 points. We have 3
and 5
judges.
For presentation. You missed that one.
I said that first. I said it.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah. I'll say it again. We also get 5 for presentation. In case you didn't catch that, 5 points for presentation. Very important. Especially if you've seen the pictures that are going on Instagram right now. A total of 30. Max score, he gets 90 because we do have 3 judges. Magic Man did give us his scores before the show. So we have a winner. And, we can take you guys through that right now.
Yep. So, are you going to walk us through? Or
yeah. Can you describe? Do we have a description of the KFC chicken sandwich?
Oh yeah. Let me pull that up.
There's bread. There's chicken.
Yeah.
There's mayonnaise and pickles, which, yeah.
Do.
How many times they say juicy is what I want to know. Which is like.
So KFC coming in hot with their description. It's an extra crispy filet with premium pickles, mayo, on a brioche style bun. Choose between classic or spicy.
Okay, so
that's all we got.
Yeah, that's it. I feel like there's not a lot to go on there, but there's lower expectations already based on the description. So presentation, Biggin gave it a 4 out of 5. I gave it 4 also, and Magic Man gave it a 4. So it looked like a chicken sandwich. That's a good start.
Yep. That was a good one.
Bread, their brioche-ish bun. Is that what they said?
Mm-hmm. Brioche-style bun.
4 across. All 3 judges gave it a 4 out of 5 as well. Sauce is 5. So the sauce is mayonnaise.
Right.
I gave it a 3. You gave it a 3. And Ryan gave it a 2. Toppings, which is in this case is pickles. You gave it a 3, I gave it a 3, and Magic Man gave it a 2. So he doesn't like pickles or mayonnaise, I think.
Yeah.
And then the chicken. So 8.5 from Biggin, 8 from me, and 7 from Magic Man. So pretty high scores, I think, so far. Given a total, so you gave it a total of 22.5. I gave it 22, and Magic Man gave it a 19. For 63.5. So, and we can break this down a little bit. Or we can wait till we do the Popeyes and compare the two.
Okay.
Maybe.
I cannot find a description for the Popeyes. I don't know. Yeah, they don't. Well, hold on. Let me. No. Do. It's a crispy fried chicken sandwich. Inside and out is loaded with spices. And that's,
is it?
I'm not getting a whole lot more out of that.
All right. Well, Popeyes, same points. This is the 3 seed. Did you find a better description?
No.
Yeah,
I really
it's
can't.
fine. It's a chicken sandwich, just like the last one.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, very similar here. So presentation, again, 4s across the board.
Yeah.
And I think the 4 these are coming from these both have very nice looking pieces of chicken on them. They're like big, thick pieces of chicken.
Yep.
Bread from the Popeye sandwich, you gave it a 4, and then both me and Magic Man gave it a 3. Just lower.
I really enjoyed it. Like, I ate the bread separately, and I just enjoyed it better than the KFC.
For mine, the KFC bun was toasted more. It had a little more char is the wrong word, but it was toasted longer, had a little more,
a little crispier,
a little crisp to it, had a little more of that. Burnt's the wrong, but like that caramelized kind of the good bread flavor. So that put the bread over the top for me just a little bit.
Okay.
Sauce, 2.5 on the mayo for you, 3 for me, 2 for Magic Man. So I gave the mayo the same score both times because I don't know that it was very different.
Yeah, I had more on the KFC than I did on the Popeyes.
More mayonnaise, which wasn't actually bad in this situation. Toppings in the pickle category, we've got, you gave it a 3.5. I gave it a 4, and then Magic Man gives it a 2. His pickle feelings. So I gave it a little higher on the pickle because it was a big pickle. It was like a fat.
How many pickles did you have on yours?
I want to say 2, but they were so big it could have been 3.
Yeah, I had 5.
Whoa.
I had 5 pickles. One of them was really thick, and the other ones were very thin. So
I'm not sure if I like that pickle ratio.
Yeah, there was quite a lot. If you see the picture on Instagram, that big, thick one at the beginning, that one was the thick one, and then everyone else was thin.
I think there was 2 of those, they're like $half size pickles. They're big pickles.
Yeah, it was a big pickle.
Then chicken on the Popeyes, you gave it a 7.5. I gave it a 7, and Magic Man gave it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
So when we tally these up, for Magic Man, it was actually a tie. Both of his were getting 19 on both. I just saw that. 21.5 for Popeyes from you, 21 from me, for a total of 61.5.
Wow.
So if you're keeping score, KFC won by 2 points over Popeyes.
2 points.
2 points. That's like buzzer beater right there, right?
Yeah, that is an absolute buzzer beater. A 6 seed takes down the 3.
We're technical in the last second or something. I don't know.
I got to say, for me going into this thing, I thought Popeyes was going to run the table.
Yeah.
Then I had Zaxby's, and I was like, I think we got a problem. And then when I pulled out that KFC chicken sandwich, I said to myself, folks, we got us a game. This is not quite over yet.
Yep.
So I was really pleased with the KFC. Now, I got mine from just a standalone KFC, and I think you did as well.
Yes.
Magic Man got his from a KFC / Taco Bell. And I do think we have to think about where we get the sandwich from.
Sure.
And I think you said you had some strong feelings about that.
I did. Well, so this may be differ from Popeyes restaurants. Like, does your Popeyes sell shrimp?
It does, yeah.
Okay, because my chicken sandwich, and this could be a factor of, I did have to drive a little farther to get it. It was like 15 minutes, and I went through the KFC drive-through. Mm-hmm. So we're in the 25, 30 minute before I actually eat the sandwich.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a little extra greasy because of the time, I think. But to me, I could taste the shrimp from the oil on the chicken sandwich.
Huh.
And I deducted points for that. That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
I deducted a point because they were very, very, very close. My 2 scores are a point different. And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. I think the chicken on the Popeyes was a little bit drier than on the KFC. That KFC, it's the difference between, and I hate the word, so please bear with me.
The M word?
The M word. Moist versus juicy. And that KFC chicken sandwich was just juicy to me. Like you could see it when you bit into it.
But to me,
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, the Popeyes looked like it had been brined in pickle juice, kind of like the Chick-fil-A does. But the seasoning on, like the breading on the KFC chicken was better. To me, it had more flavor. And it didn't taste like, and I like shrimp. I like seafood, like shrimp. I don't mind those things in general. But I don't want that on my chicken sandwich. So,
right.
And it could be different restaurants. Maybe they don't share oil everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I did the pickup order because I was trying to be smart about it. I was like, I can do the pickup grab it and go because I know that line is insane, especially at lunchtime. And so I did the pickup order. I get out, I go in, try to pull the door open, and it's locked. And I was like, oh no. So then I went around to the other side. It's locked. So now I'm looking at least 10 cars deep. I've got a pickup order
to the drive-thru.
And now I've got to get in the drive-thru line, which takes forever. And so I sent a mean tweet out to Popeyes saying, why do you even have pickup when you can't even pick up? And they didn't respond. That's a shocker. So I went around and I was like, hey, I'm not trying to be mean, but I did a pickup order. Why can I go in? And she replied like, and she looked so beaten down.
Right. Yeah.
She's like, there's 3 of us working here today. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I tweeted back, sorry, Popeyes, I understand the full story now. So you're good. But there's 3 of them. So I'll
That's
say
rough.
for 3 people working an entire drive-through restaurant that is packed, you did well.
That's a lot of chicken.
You did well.
Because you got to have one guy just frying stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's
Just
all you do.
throwing it
is
in the
you
fryer.
fry stuff. And then you got someone else, I guess, putting mayonnaise
Frying
on stuff,
more
right?
stuff. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're slapping this
You
thing
need
together.
a
That's probably why I
fryer,
got
you need a
5
mayonnaise
pickles.
dipper, and you need a drink pourer.
Right. So bless her heart, and I felt bad for it. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, wish I could come back there and help you, and I didn't really mean that, but I said it anyway. So yeah, it was sad, but
Yeah.
we don't have that many Popeyes, so you have to kind of go to the ones close to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mine was, again, 15, 20 minutes away. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. It wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
At the time. Yeah.
So
Anyway,
there's
punchline,
that.
we have a first upset.
Yeah.
6-3.
So right now, we've got KFC versus Zaxby's, and KFC will go against the winner of Arby's and Bojangles, which is next week.
Yep.
And I'll be honest with you, this one I'm not excited about. I can't get excited about it. Oh well.
I'm a little
see.
nervous myself.
Do you think Arby's is going to pull out?
I don't know.
you upset?
They've got the meats. I haven't had one of their chicken sandwiches in a while. Maybe they've upped their chickens. I think they're pretty standard, right?
Yeah.
Lettuce, tomato.
They haven't came out with, hey, we've got an updated sandwich yet.
If there's a
that I know
pickle
of.
on this sandwich, does that put it over the top? That's my question.
A pickle on the sandwich?
Yeah, because the Wendy's sandwich, I think the pickle carried it a little bit. It
Oh.
didn't win, but
I don't think Bojangles does, do they? I don't know what they put on theirs.
Bojangles, depending on which store you go to. Well, I have opinions of this,
Yeah.
Classic Cajun filet. Again, this is Cajun, so it's going to have, I don't think there's a home style chicken sandwich, is
I
there?
don't think so. You have to do the regular Cajun, so it's going to be a little bit spicier.
Woohoo. That's my favorite part. If we could do a spicy sandwich bracket, I'd be all over that.
Well, that's next year. Next year we'll do the spicy
No,
chicken
I've been
sandwich
thinking we need a
bracket.
fish sandwich
Somebody buy
bracket. We need a Cajun
Oh, dude,
sandwich.
I'm so dialed
We
into this
need a
fish sandwich bracket.
biscuit bracket or a B&G
Oh, yeah.
bracket or something like
Okay.
that.
I can get behind that. Come on with it.
Yeah, I can bracket all day, man.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about Bojangles underperforming.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it.
I mean, it's got a tough competition with KFC next.
Wasn't
week, so-
Bojangles our 20, whatever year that was, 19 tournament
It
winner?
was we didn't do chicken sandwiches.
Was it
though.
runner up? We did chicken sandwich something, I thought.
Was it? I don't know what we did.
Yeah, it was 2019. I think they beat out Chick-fil-A thanks to me.
But what was it, though? What bracket were we doing?
It was just a chicken sandwich bracket. But we didn't eat them. We just gave our opinions.
Oh, well, that was horrible. That was bad podcasting. So, anyway, there's that.
Yeah, so next week, Arby's
Yeah,
and
next
Bojangles.
week.
Yeah.
Arby's versus Bojangles. All right.
What I'm excited about is getting some curly fries to eat with my Bojangles sandwich. Just saying.
There you go. I prefer the Jamocha shake from Arby's.
Yeah,
Man,
the Arby's has some. I like Arby's.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right. So let's go to some wacky news brought to you by Watchman Cigars. If you need a quality cigar at a reasonable price, check out our friends at watchmancigar.com.
All right.
I also, I don't know if that website is real, so I hope that is.
Watchman
Just
Cigars?
Google Watchman Cigars.
I think it is. I don't know if you can buy from that website, but you can look at the website.
Yeah.
There's like cigar wrappers, so. All right, how about some wacky news? If I can find it. So, all right. Apparently, a lot of things, we had a lot of shortages during this unfortunate time we've been in.
Right.
Here's a shortage I was completely unaware of.
Okay.
So, finally, after a nationwide shortage, forced fans to begrudgingly slurp bowls of lesser brand cereals, Grape-Nuts has reclaimed its rightful place on grocery store shelves.
What?
Apparently, there was a Grape-Nut shortage.
There should have been a Grape-Nut shortage.
Which explains the toilet paper issue.
Don't do that when I'm trying to take a sip. Now I got grapefruit coming out my nose.
Now do you taste the grapefruit?
Yeah, I got you now.
That's the timing, folks. Wait till Biggin's got a beer in his face, and then you...
Then you throw the punchline.
Yeah. The fibrous cereal is once again fully stocked nationwide, signaling the official end to the pandemic Grape-Nuts shortage.
Oh, thank the Lord.
So, a Post has announced they're going to repay their loyal fans as much as $115 if they had to buy a lesser cereal for more money. Because, health cereal is expensive, I guess, right?
Right.
So, if you want to get your gerbil food instead of Grape-Nuts, which is the same thing, right?
Right.
The little pellets or whatever, there, you can, I guess, apply for some kind of rebate, and they'll pay you. If you had to buy, I guess Aldi Grape-Nuts are more expensive than Post Grape-Nuts, maybe. I don't understand, but
none of them should ever make Grape-Nuts.
So Grape-Nuts, the cereal made of neither grape nor nuts,
right?
But wheat and barley were nearly impossible to find in early 2021. Okay, so it's just the last few months. Disappointing consumers, not myself, had the pandemic to thank. This is amazing. This is news, folks. Have you had grape?
Who eats that? I've had them before, right? They're horrible.
They looked so good when I was a kid. Like, it just looked good in the bowls. Like,
right.
It looks like brown sugar.
Oh, yeah.
It's cardboard.
Yeah, I would rather eat cardboard. And that's not like a joke. Like, I would rather eat cardboard than Grape-Nuts. It's disgusting. Who eats that?
I can't. Even as some things you come back to as an adult, they're not so bad.
Right.
I'm not interested in Grape-Nut things. Unless the doctor says, well, even if the doctor said, hey, you got to eat Grape-Nuts to live.
I'm just going to check out.
Yeah.
The only thing that would be good for Grape-Nuts is if you used it for like buckshot, maybe. Or like, put it in a shotgun shell.
Okay.
Hit the old birds with it.
So speaking of health food and keeping our country and our communities healthy, Krispy Kreme is making vaccinations extra sweet.
Come on with it.
Yeah. So Krispy Kreme has come up with a way to make getting the COVID-19 vaccine extra sweet starting Monday. And this was written on March 22nd. So next Monday, if you're listening to this show,
okay,
and you've got your vaccine card, pause
Let's
it,
roll.
Get in the car, hit the drive-thru, free glazed donut if you show them your ticket.
Yeah.
Punched a COVID ticket. So
the golden ticket, the golden COVID ticket.
So starting Monday till the end of the year. So it's not like it's till the end of the year. If you take your vaccination card to any Krispy Kreme location in the U.S., you can get a free glazed donut. It doesn't say if it's hot now.
You got to go at the right time.
You got to make sure the light's on. Card must show 1 or 2 shots of any of the vaccines to qualify. Must be redeemed at a store. You don't have to buy anything. But you're going to want a cup of coffee probably. So they've also acknowledged, and this isn't in the article, that if if this is a personal choice to get the vaccine, right? Okay. They are offering donuts on Mondays for like 8 weeks for those that either just are choosing not to or have a legitimate reason not to. So you can still get a donut, just not all year long every day. So that's something, right?
I also noticed on the website that it says 1 donut per day. So here's the
per
kicker.
Store per day? When's shift
per
change?
Store per day. So you could go in on Monday and say, I didn't get my COVID shot because I don't believe in it. Then you can go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and get your free donut with your card. And then on Monday say, I don't believe in getting my COVID shot.
Well, the Monday, you can still get your donuts on Monday too.
You could, but you want to switch it up a little bit.
You want to mix it up. If you know you're going to see the same people every day and then go, wait a minute, I saw your card yesterday. That's the kind of the risk because, you go to the same restaurant every day. They might they might recognize you. So you might need to disguise yourself if you're going to go more than once. You have a mustache you put on or a different hat or
a hat, trench coat.
Yeah.
Right. You dress up as like that the T-Rex dinosaur. But here's the other thing too. I've gone into Krispy Kreme before and it's been hot now and I've said, can I have one? And they just gave it to me. I'm like, okay, thanks. And I just walked out. I've done that before too. What? I don't know what the difference is. Yeah. I don't know.
Can you get a sample donut every day?
Yeah, you can get a sample donut. I was like, can I get a sample? And they're like, here you go. Boom. So there's that.
I do know that at Krispy Kreme corporate, if you happen to have a reason to be there, and I've had a reason to be there, you just, whatever you want, get donuts. No big deal. If you're there, hey, you want a donut?
Yeah.
They're not hot nails, but
no.
It can be chocolate. It can be custard filled. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. If it's not hot now, I don't want you. Krispy Kreme, I'll be honest with you. There's Donut House, there's Yum Yum Donuts or whatever, OMG Donuts that are much better flavor-wise that are cold. But you can't touch a hot now. Now, that's the sacred holiness there.
I'm curious about, they make it's like the ice cream sandwich out of the donut. You can like roll it with Fruity Pebbles. I really want that so bad.
Welcome to the 2021 donut bracket brought to you by Red Hill Brewery.
Oh, man.
Right? There we go.
Oh, we get just an OG glazed from everyone in Concord or something?
Yeah. There you go. I like it.
Oh, baby.
I don't think you're going to beat a hot and ready Krispy Kreme. I just don't. There's no way that can happen.
I don't think so. Yeah.
No.
So they're fighting for second place.
Yeah. I will say, too, I got a hankering for a Steak and Shake this past week.
Oh,
I really want a Steak and Shake. So I drove through and I wanted the Frisco Melt Burger. That was kind of my jam. I was like, I just want the Frisco Melt Burger.
Sourdough, right?
I order that. Do what?
It's on sourdough, right?
Yeah. No. Rye.
It's sourdough. Oh, it's on rye.
Yeah. It's on rye. That's the only time I like it. So I went through the drive-thru and it said free fries. No purchase necessary. So I just said, I want the sandwich. And by the way, can I have the fries? And they said, absolutely. Drove through. I just paid for the sandwich. I got the fries. I was like, what kind of dumb a promotion is this?
Was it bottomless fries?
No. It was, they gave you a thing of fries, but you could just go up there at any point and be like, I just want fries and get the fries and leave. Like, no purchase necessary.
Are their fries that good to make you like, or is
Here's the thing. They would be perfect for small batch because they're small, they're
like the shoestring, right? They're real
they're kind of the shoestring.
Okay.
But I tell you what, you get those home, put a slice of cheese on it, melt that up. Hey, buddy, you're on something there. So, but I'm telling you, like, that's horrible marketing because people are not going to go there for the fries. Man. No. Anyway, they're losing money on fries.
Yeah.
Because I would pay for them. I like them.
Maybe they got a potato surplus or something.
Maybe. I think they were probably giving out Grape-Nuts before.
So, do you remember taking like your driver's license test at some point?
Oh, buddy, I do. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it hard?
The written or the driving?
The written.
piece?
This is the written.
Not really.
Well,
for me,
this is a Polish fella.
A Polish fella?
This is Poland. So
okay,
take that however you want to. A 50-year-old Polish man has been trying to get his driver's license for the past 17 years. He has failed at every single, and he's calling it a theory exam. So the written test he's ever taken for 17 years.
Same test?
Yeah. So the theory of driving a car has proved to be a really hard subject for a 50-year-old man from a place I cannot pronounce in Poland. For the past 17 years, he has failed every single test Polish drivers need to pass to acquire a driving license. To this date, the man has attempted to pass the test 192 times, meaning he has spent more than the equivalent U.S. dollars of $1,550.
What?
It's on fees to take the test.
Dear, just give him an honorary license at this point.
At this point, I
funded
don't
the
want him on
DMV for like 1,000 years.
Yeah. So this number beats the record of a British driver who passed his theory test on the 158th attempt. So we broke that record. But he's not number one.
You're kidding.
The absolutely worst student driver on record is a South Korean woman who managed to fail, wait for it, 950 times. Yeah. So I don't know how often you're allowed to take these tests, but it's not that hard. I mean, I know there's lots of bad drivers out there.
950.
Yeah.
At like 400, you just need to quit.
Yeah. Why are you trying anymore? What? Someone's been taking you places up to this point. It can't be that bad, right?
How hard is this test? Like you would think, okay, I got this one wrong. So, and how long is this test? I mean, I remember taking it. It couldn't have been more than 50 questions.
It's that.
Yeah. Like, you should have memorized this thing by now.
What does the red octagon mean?
Well, to be fair, they probably don't have the red octagon. It's probably
they're probably different shapes.
Right.
Maybe they're... It's harder.
Like, dear Lord, can we find one online next week and then we're going to try to take it?
Gee whiz.
950 times.
Yeah.
A South Korean woman.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. A couple more here. I've got a bunch more if you want to keep going.
Okay.
Let's see. So this happened in our favorite state to talk about.
Florida.
Mm-hmm. So, Edith Riddle, 34, arrived at school wearing, I feel like I just need to start a different place here. All right, here we go. Jacksonville, Florida. Sounds familiar?
Oh, gosh. Yep. Hey, buddy.
A Jacksonville mother is charged with child abuse after a fight with another student on the campus of DuPont Middle School. Not high school. School safety officer heard a teacher's frantic announcement over the school radio that there was a fight occurring outside the cafeteria. The officer arrived at the fight location. He found this 34-year-old woman involved in a physical fight with, they just call it the victim, which is another student.
Which is true.
Yeah. Riddle had just exited the school with her own daughter after meeting with the vice principal on campus. But rather than going directly out, they walked out their way through the cafeteria to engage the victim in a fight.
Wow.
Apparently the daughter, this is 2-on-1. The daughter pushed the other person to the ground, threw some punches before the suspect, mom, joined in punching the victim, who was lying on the ground, according to witnesses. A witness also said, wait for it, Riddle appeared to have a boxing glove attached to her left hand. The report says Riddle had the boxing glove on her hand when she arrived at the school and had told the school it was super glued to her wrist and she couldn't remove it.
There's so much going on here. I feel like it's that Walmart thing all over again.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
with
that?
The distraction?
That's one hell of a distraction.
I think that was one of my first shows, by the way.
I think it was. Holy cow. Was it super glued or was she just saying that?
I don't know that. That's actually, these journalists didn't ask that question. I think maybe she pulled one over. Yeah. Anyway, she beat up a kid, which, yeah.
By the way, I did Google. That's why I didn't really engage a whole lot. But the 700 theoretical questions on a traffic exam in South Korea. 700.
700. Okay, that's a lot.
That's, yeah.
Is that 700 possible or 700 like every time?
700 theoretical questions that you have to answer. 700. I would probably fail it 900 times. Yeah, that's way too. I would lose interest halfway through.
But would you keep coming back?
No, I would just over. All right, sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's okay. So there's a little bit of. There's some maybe excuse there. That's a lot of questions.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's way too many. Especially if he's like, how old was he? Like 56.
This guy was 50.
He's probably taking a nap halfway through, which I could agree with that.
Yeah, this is Poland.
Did you
look at Poland?
No, I didn't look
South
at
Korea?
Poland. South Korea.
Poland might have like 12 questions.
It may. Had 4. He's like, oh no, not again. Yeah.
Oh man. How about a conspiracy theory? You like conspiracy theories?
I do. I love them way more than I should.
So, a video on TikTok has come out recently. Someone has basically figured out why Mars is red.
Well, we already know why Mars is red?
Well, this is a different reason. This is a better reason. Wow.
Okay.
Mars is red. This is a Newsweek. The false but entertaining theory states, I don't know where to go. Okay, so the video claims humans once lived on Mars, but rendered it uninhabitable in a nuclear war. So
we nuked ourselves.
We nuked the planet. Yes. The false but entertaining theory also states this war would have caused a nuclear winter. So the nuclear winter is responsible for Mars's popular red color. I'm not sure what's popular about it. It's currently been liked. Also, this TikTok video has been liked because stupid things should be liked, right?
Right.
Sure. Shared 10,000 times.
Yeah.
The username for this particular TikTok video is Crackhead Joe Dirt.
There you go. That explains it.
So someone just asked, what's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind? So this is a real theory out here. So he states, Crackhead Joe Dirt states, Mars isn't naturally red. Want to know what can cause a planet to turn red and change after a couple of million years? Well, if enough nukes were to go off on a planet, the first thing that would happen is a nuclear winter. A nuclear winter is an aftermath of nuclear blast, causing ash that is so thick that it blocks out the sunlight. After the natural resources are drained up, that turns red. My theory is that we've come from Mars after we drained all of its natural resources with nuclear bombs. So they say, we once had water, which they're looking for now with that cool little robot out there.
How did we get here?
This is where the theory falls apart, however, since the time scale in question is billions of years and not the mere hundreds or thousands it would allegedly take for a nuclear winter to clear up. It's unclear where the nuclear winter figure is from. Because they think there's water, but like the timing, how do we get? So I guess we're sophisticated enough to nuke the planet.
Right.
So we travel in our spaceship to this planet, which looks nice.
So how did we become stupider
fell
and
apart?
not know how to make nuclear warheads when we're here.
So we got here and started back with the wheel. Or what? Like what?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, Joe Dirt.
It's ridiculous. That's.
I mean, listen, we're talking about a theory from Crackhead Joe Dirt.
Crackhead Joe Dirt.
So
yeah.
Back to your polling question. 32 questions.
32 questions. Okay,
you
that's
have
much more
25
impressive.
minutes to do it.
That's much. 25 minutes, 30 questions.
25 minutes, 32 questions.
Okay, so you got to
That's pretty quick. So.
Wow. All right. I think that's.
I think that'll roll for
That'll
tonight.
roll. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, kids, study for your driver's test. Jaden, talking to you, buddy. And so there's that. Jaden actually passed it. I think it only took him 2 times. So
Hey.
at least he's not in South Korea. So be thankful for that.
Right. Those
All
transfer.
right, guys. So next week we will have do what?
Those transfer. Can I just like roll in with my U.S. driver's license and go? I know what I'm doing. Just give me a new one.
You're right. Next week we have Arby's versus Bojangles. We do not have another guest, so you'll just hear us rambling unless I can get something happen. So there's that. Thanks again for tuning in to the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast, and as always, keep looking up.